Alright, we are here, back to do some more drafting. We have some options in this pack, for sure. Having a Rune Binder, pretty solid rare in a slower game. This format's unfortunately not too slow, but still. Casted Recluse, probably the best green common in Dark Ascension. It's like a good creature, and Reach is really valuable, actually. What else? Death's Caress, pretty solid if slow removal. Burning Guilt, decent removal. In an average pack, I'd probably take the Rune Binder. But this pack is not too average. We have Lingering Souls here. This card is just about insane in any deck you can fit it in, and even in the ones that are like only splashing black or whatever. It's still great value when you just cast in late in the game. Lingering Souls, it's really hard to just pass it for anything, to be perfectly honest, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Okay, so once again we have some options. Predator Ruse, it's cute, it's cool. It's not amazing though. Loyal Cathar is quite good. Gather Townsfolk is pretty good. This was a live draft. I'd consider Loyal Cathar because it sends a really good signal. But here we're just going to take the Flare. Flare is very strong, especially if we end up in white-black, like this kind of pulls you towards, so we're going to go and take that there. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to wheel much. There's a lot of junk in this pack. Highborn Ghoul is also pretty good, but we're definitely going to go with the Flare here. It gives you a lot of options, especially when you're in white-black. Okay, so we have a Ghoul Tree, a Thought Scour, Highborn Ghoul, Hinterland Hermit, Chant, Skullfallen. I think I'm going to go with Midnight Guard here. Highborn Ghoul is obviously pretty good, but he's a little tougher on the mana requirements, and he's also not a human, and I'm interested in finding humans if this is our kind of deck. And I'd honestly rather just play white and splash the black for these two, if anything, than play black and splash the front side, although it's still pretty fine. But Midnight Guard's just a bit of a safer pick, I think. Ooh, we have Increasing Ambition, which is kind of cool. And then not much else, which is kind of unfortunate. Maddox, okay. Falconer Torturer, I guess, is okay in the white-black deck, but it still seems a bit early to take him. I mean, I guess Warden's pretty good. Like, I think the blue cards here are just the best. Should I really just force white-black and take this thing? Or possibly even that thing? I don't know. Screw it. We'll kind of force this thing, which I'm not a big fan of, especially because it's looking like blue's open. I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds here. Maybe it was right to have gone Relentless Gabs, then followed it out with something else this pack. But I think the Evolving Wilds is good enough to take here anyways, because it's just a solid card, especially if we end up only playing 1/2 Lingering Souls. I'm trying to figure out if this is a sign that black is open or not. Like, this card's not that strong. It just costs a lot. Like, well, okay, it's still a 3-for-1 and all, but it costs a lot of mana and a fair bit of life. I guess I just take Grip Tide here, or Reap the Seagraph. I guess Grip Tide's the best card here, so Here I have no problem taking the Iron Right. I mean, some would say Hollow Hinge Spirit is better, which is possible, but Iron Right I'm a big fan of for two reasons. A, I think the effect is awesome and really, really strong. Like, you just don't win combat against something that gets +1/+4. Like, even human tokens can just take everything at that point. And also, it's a human, and I'm a fan of the Horned Turtles, so snag one of those. I think Thought Scour is the best card in this pack. I'm just going to go ahead and take that. This pack, it's once again the blue card, which is the best. Divination's not an amazing card or anything, but it's certainly the most playable out of all the stuff that was in there. If I was... Yeah, if I could, I would have went back and taken the Screeching Scab over the Torturer. Or the Screeching or the Relentless, one of those two. Highborn Ghoul is certainly a playable card. I'm really surprised that we wheeled that, actually. But, I don't know. Whatever. It's not like, so we have some kind of interesting options at the moment. Like, oh, there's another one. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a sign black's open. Maybe, unless, I don't remember there being amazing black cards to be taken over them in that pack. Like, is it white that's not open and that I don't know, we saw some pretty late white cards as well. And if anything, I just want to play Lingering Souls. Like, come on, it's Lingering Souls. I think I have more of a chance of playing Screeching Scab than Grave Bridge, actually, so if I do end up wanting to do that, then I'm just gonna, like, plain blue-black, or still possibly blue-white, I guess. I'm just gonna take the Scab there. We definitely want to open, like, I would have figured we would have put the people next to us in blue by passing all that good blue. That's my main issue, because this is decent blue, but overall our white is still the most powerful. We have a pretty sweet mythic that we're not going to take. And then we have a bunch of junk, Chapelgeist, and Silent Departure. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say a bunch of junk. Pilgrim's pretty good, and Lumbernaut's pretty decent. And Feeling Dread's getting the right deck. I think Silent Departure is the best card here. I'm just really wary of being in blue, so I'm going to take Chapelgeist anyways. I don't even know what I'm doing with this draft, honestly. I'm not going to end up like Esper aggro. I refuse to have it go down that way. Luckily, we do have this Evolving Wilds, which obviously gives us a whole bunch of options, but okay. What is missing? An uncommon? No, a common. Alright. Actually, it's the flip card, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, that doesn't tell us anything. Clifftop. Oh, we're obviously not going to take Clifftop Retreat. Just trying to think. I mean, I guess Scab's the best card in this pack. It's certainly better than any of the white or black options. I guess I'm going to take that. I do not know what I'm doing with this draft, unfortunately. Here we have more good blue. So it looks like we did not, in fact, put the person next to us into blue. So I guess I'm just going to go with the Moon Heron here then. Because it came to beat down. As much as I would love to have Voiceless Spirit, Silent Departure is just really good. I can't give up a Silent Departure. Oof. And there's a Claustrophobia, unfortunately over Victim of Night and Voiceless Spirit, but I'm thinking I'd rather just get rid of my black than get rid of my white, because I can just splash the Lingering Souls and possibly the Flare. So yeah, looks like blue is indeed where we want to be. I'm going to snag up that Claustrophobia. Whoa! What pick is this? And we have a victory condition? I don't feel too bad taking it over Bellringer, or I guess Black's still in the discussion, to be fair. I just feel like our white is a lot more synergistic with our blue. At this point, our black we were really only playing because of our white. But yeah, I'll take Sturmgeist, like, so, what the hell is... And I was going to say, Battleground Geist might not be too bad in our deck, but there's another Chapel Geist, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this black. It was sweet to see those late Highborn Ghouls, but whatever. I shall just hide black. And there's another Armored Scab that I have no problem taking. But yeah, I'll just play a Swamp and the Wilds for Lingering Souls reasons. If I end up with a ton of humans, I could see bringing the Flare in again, but, you know. My main fear with playing blue and white and splashing it is only just milling the Swamp. Like, if you mill the Lingering Souls, it's not too bad, assuming you can still find the Swamp, but... And we do have the Wilds for it, so it's not terrible. Kind of makes me consider playing 2 Swamps, but I feel like that's just a bit risky on the mana base, so... Alright, this is looking pretty good, actually. Blue was definitely open. Did we just wheel Silent Departure? I think that's all the confirmation I need, yeah. We didn't wheel the Feeling of Dread, though, did we? I should have checked, but I don't think we did, actually. I still would have taken Silent Departure, considering that's one of Blue's, if not Blue's, top common in Innistrad, but... Well, if they were white-blue, they would have taken Silent Departure, wouldn't they? So it's possible they were like white-green and just thought it was the best card. I don't know. We'll see what we can get next pick. So we wheeled that Moon Heron. I'm going to go in and look at our curve. Because I kind of want to take Delver here. At current we have 5. Or actually, no, we have 6. I didn't see that there. Why are these separate? I don't understand why Divination would be a different sorcery than Lingering Souls and Silent Departure. That's 6. I'm going to grab the Delver. Could be wrong, but I don't know. I think Delver can be pretty good if you pull him off. He's not... Moon Heron is definitely better on average, but, you know, still, it'd be kind of interesting to try Delver out in this deck. I have had decks with, like, 10 instant sorceries where Delver was quite good, and you wish you had more Delvers. That's not really quite one of these decks, but there's definitely a whole other pack to go. There's some sweet instants and sorceries in our colors, so yeah. Okay. Oh, I hit black already, right? Alright, let's see what we can pull in pack 3. I don't want to hide Vulnwalls, I want to hide Forest. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing, Moto? Huh. There's literally no white in this pack. Literally. I'm thinking Stitch Drake's best card. I don't have a ton of creatures. There's a lot of good blue in this pack, actually. Like 4 solid playable blue creatures. And of course Sky Flame, which is the best card in the pack. But Stitch Drake is very good. We don't have a ton of creatures or anything, but I'm still just going to take it. I mean, we definitely have some ways to mill ourselves and everything, so this seems like it'll be pretty good in our deck. And who knows, we might wheel that Moon Heron if things keep going the same way. Deranged Assistant, although good, I think I'd rather have Spectral Rider here. We're definitely lacking 2-drops, and Spectral Rider is one of the best 2-drops, I'd say. It's assuming they're not playing white, obviously, it's very good. We have some options here. A lot of playable blue once more. 5 playable blue cards here. I think Crab and Dissipate lag a little behind, and Stalker's only good in certain decks. I'm going to go with Cloistered Youth, though. It's a very aggressive 2-drop. And honestly, we might wheel some of that blue. Like, that's how insanely open blue was last pack. Packs are going the other way, but, like, you saw the blue stuff that wheeled. Like, we could be, like, one of 2 blue drafters at the table or something, and it would not surprise me. I'm actually kind of hoping for... I don't know if this stuff is going to be playable. Might have been better to take Moon Heron, but I'm kind of hoping for a Feeling of Dread somewhere along the line here. Nothing in this pack is too great. We're going to go ahead and take Dissipate. We're definitely heavy at 3, and it might not make our deck, but there's a good chance it does, and it's quite good with Delver if we decide to continue down that road. We're seeing a lot of good red, but usually I'd say Occultist is a lot better than Unruly Mob here, but we're really heavy at 3. Still, I'm just not a huge fan of Unruly Mob. I gotta take the Occultist here. Whoa, and yeah, another Close Youth sounds pretty good, actually. Once again, some more solid playable creatures, but Cloistered Youth is the only playable card in our colors, so I'm going to snatch him up. Would I rather play Grotto or Sensory Deprivation? Grotto just kind of interests me because of the Lingering Souls. Should I just take Grotto here? Sensory Deprivation is actually good. Screw it, I'll take Grotto. I mean, Doom Traveler here is definitely the pick. It's a 1-drop, which we want, and yeah, unfortunately no Feelings of Dreads. Oh, there we go. We wheeled one of those blue cards, just like I said. We're going to get a nice Stitcher's Apprentice to fill up our 2-drop slot a little more. Nice Deranged Assistant to continue down that path. Yeah, so we were definitely correct in being blue. I kind of wish I took that Relentless Scabs over that Falconroth Torturer early. Other than that, I think our picks were just still really solid. Like, I wouldn't... That'd be probably the only pick... Or I guess, did I take, like, a mediocre white card over another Relentless Scabs? No, I think I took, like, Midnight Guard, which isn't mediocre or anything. But, I don't know. I would have wanted to pick up one of those Relentless Scabs in pack 1, especially because we... Oh. I don't think we're going to play 2 of either of these guys. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. There we go. Sure, Frightful. Delver's probably getting cut from this deck. We ended up with a lot of creatures as opposed to... what am I saying? It's foil. How could I not take that? We ended up with a lot of creatures compared to what we had in a pack 2, which is not a bad thing, because we have some... we have a scab to fuel. But, yeah, we got some pretty decent flashback as well. So, yeah, this deck is going to turn out pretty interesting. Kind of wish I had a Feeling of Dread, just one. But, this should still be pretty sweet, and I'll see you guys in deck building. Okay. So our deck's looking pretty good here. We don't have a ton of permanent removal, but we still have some good stuff. Literally every single one of our white cards will probably make our deck. I mean, like, the worst is Midnight Guard, and he's fine. So, gonna leave out Delver for now. I know I took it kind of aggressively earlier. We actually have less value for milling ourselves than I thought. Like, we have a lot of enablers and just not a ton of value, which is unfortunate. Yeah, jeez. I think Dissipate's probably going to make it. Same with Griptide, Moon Heron, Sturmgeist, and that's 24. So, Divination is also a possibility. Can I do Pals by cost? I mean, the question is, would I rather have... I'm actually not even sure if I want 2 Scabs. I mean, like, what's my value for milling myself? Although, if that's the case, I probably don't want Thought Scour. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab Divination instead of Thought Scour. Thought Scour is a cheap, good spell, but honestly, like, we have only 2 ways to benefit. One is Flashback on Lingering Souls. The other is Divination. We have Silent Departures as well. Still, I think Divination's gonna be a little better than Thought Scour. If we find ourselves up against very aggressive decks, we'll definitely make the switch, because drawing 1 card is better than getting killed before you can draw cards. So let's throw in Wilds and the Grotto, and this way I'll only play 1 Swamp. Suggesto. Oh, it did. Let's take a look at color. This is actually going to be a kind of bad mana base. Do I just want to not play the Grotto? That'll let me do that. Because we just want a lot of all our colors, which is unfortunate. I think that's what I have to do here, though. That or just play like a 41 card deck, or like an 18 lands, but I don't think that's what we want to do either. Dissipate actually seems kind of bad. Thought Scour, maybe. Or another land. Well, we'll leave it at this for now. I mean, Lingering Souls is still fine if I can't flash it back, so it's just not insane. But, I think that's good for now. I'm going to submit this, and I will see you guys in round 1. Okay, I realized there's actually plain 16 lands there, which is definitely not something our deck wants to do. So, I think I'm just going to cut Divination here and bring in the group plus the Grotto, which will make flashing back Lingering Souls a bit more manageable. Or would I rather just have a second Swamp over the Grotto? Maybe, but I think this is what we're going to go with for now. Okay.